Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan. Welcome to the channel. Now, tonight's presentation is going to be a little bit different. We're going to focus on the major indices, been first and foremost, especially with the market selling off. You know, Nvidia, one of the worst days ever yesterday, wiping out more than $250 billion in market cap. So we're going to take a look at the headline, see exactly where the sentiment is in the market, dive into the VectorVest 7 system, analyze the charts, and I'm going to show you some industries that are bucking this downtrend. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. So what's causing some of this volatility in the market? It all started off with what's been coined the carry trade. Now that's the conversion between yen and the dollar. I'm sure you heard about that. It was about a couple weeks, almost a month ago. Also, we had super micro, right? Sure, all of you heard about Hindenburg's report talking about how SMCI is making a lot of false claims when it comes to their financials. On top of that, we've got Nvidia also under investigation right now, and allegations that Nvidia prevents its customers from easily switching from one chip maker to another and penalizes company when they do. The government is also investigating Nvidia's April acquisition of software group Run AI. Now, what does this mean? DOJ. Now, what does this mean for Nvidia? It's simply the chip maker is part of an antitrust probe into the semiconductor sector by the Department of Justice. Now, other than the semiconductor space bringing us down, we've also have, fears of a possible recession going into the future. That's the whole reason why the Federal Reserve will be lowering interest rates. You saw the JOLTS report coming out this morning. Look at this. The number's at 7.67 million on the month and is the lowest level since January 2021. And the last article I have for you is by Reuters. You can see right here, sell-off stokes recession fear. So you can say exactly why the momentum to the markets to the downside, simply because of the current sentiment. Now, right here on the homepage, see, I've got the major indices up again, down today. We see the color guard here showing this bearish momentum to the downside. One thing I found very interesting, if we look at the RT, again, this looks at the short-term price trend of the VectorVest composite or the broad market. It never got in favorable territory. We never saw a green light here showing us that the trend was in our favor. First up, we've got the SPY for the S&P 500. You can see the 3 just crossed below the 8-day exponential. And look at price action, just below the 20-day exponential moving average. That being said, I'm definitely going to be more bearish right now when it comes to the S&P, especially with price action entering this gap here. So for my first level support, it's going to be right at the top of the gap, right around 544. We do see price action consolidating around this level several times over the last 3 months. Now, I was asked this morning what I thought about the Russell 2000. It's pulling back just like the rest of the major indices. We see price action here, big drop yesterday, 3 below the 8, currently sitting at 2149. That is below the 20-day exponential moving average in price. We got 2 levels of support coming up. Just keep your eyes on these. We've got a level at 2114 and an additional level support at 2080. Here's the DJX. It does measure 1/100th. You can see price action 408, big upper wick today. 3 just crossed below the 8-day exponential moving average. So that's a bearish note. We are still above the 20-day exponential moving average, so not as cautious as I am like with what we saw when it came to the SPY and the Russell 2000. But you can see we just broke this level of support, now becoming level resistance at 412. An additional level support comes in at 399. Now here's the Qs on the NASDAQ 100. Again, you can see the moving average is not in our favor right now, showing bearish momentum to the downside. Price action, we did gap down today. The bulls try to come in, but with this upper wick here, just not taking control right now. Currently trading at 459.92. First level support, if I zoom back, comes in at 441. So we are approaching this level, pretty far from it. Another level support I'd consider here, we right here with 2 touches, would be around 450. Now here we've got the VVC or VectorVest composite, same scenario as some of the others. Again, if you haven't been watching these videos, we do have a triple top formation here. I mentioned that last week. We got price rejection here twice. Tried to come back, didn't break it once again, and rejected with yesterday's sell-off. We see the moving averages in a bearish manner. Price action just broke below the 20-day exponential moving average, so definitely would be more defensive when it comes to the broad market. And you can see here our first level support coming in at $67.18. All right, VV Nation, this is what you've been waiting for. Thank you for sticking to the end. If you're trying to get, some insight on what industries might be bucking this current downtrend right now, I've ran a test the last 10 days. We're looking at an increase in RT relative timing. Again, that's the short-term price trend of the industry. So if that indicator is going up, you can see the momentum increasing in that space. We've got retail right now with a 39% increase in the RT delta. Home miscellaneous wares at 26%. Transportation, software, health healthcare, HMO, container. Take a screenshot, do whatever you got to do, rewind the video. But these are the industries that you potentially might want to look in a little bit more. Now, if you found this video informative, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the content, share it amongst your social circles. Now, that being said, everyone have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow night.
Hey VV Nation, knowledge is power. And I wish that when I started investing in the market that someone would have impressed upon me just how important knowledge is when investing in the stock market. Well, VectorVest is giving you that opportunity to take advantage of world-class information and courses at a reduced price at the end of the summer. Folks, if you go to www.vectorvest.com/sale, you will gain access to some of the best knowledge out there to help you to make better decisions in the stock market. Folks, again, knowledge is power, and this is your opportunity to take your investing to the next level.